It's obviously sometimes done, and it's not a bad thing to view your delivery of service from the viewpoint of what's comfortable for the practitioner. And a lot of times you have to take a step and say, how do I make this more convenient for my patients?
I feel like in working with you guys through your onboarding and the subsequent conversations you and I have had, you've had a really tactical approach to optimizing the practice, and I think you've really pulled the team in and really brought everything together, and it's all seeming to gel really well. And so I wanted to understand if you might be able to share what your first step was, or what you think the best first step is when someone's looking to optimize their practice.
I think the most important thing is to evaluate your practice from the viewpoint of the patient. You know, from what I've found, between my mom, my fiance, and I have a couple other friends who are in the dental field, that a lot of times, and this goes across all healthcare spectrums, it's obviously sometimes done, and it's not a bad thing to view your delivery of service from the viewpoint of what's comfortable for the practitioner. And a lot of times you have to take a step and say, how do I make this more convenient for my patients? And it's not, a lot of times not even going to be big things. It's going to be very small, very inane things that you wouldn't even think about. So for example, prior to our office, prior to me taking over the office, a lot of our forms were done on paper. And I hate paper. Personally, I hate paper. So the fact that tab32 had an online appointment form that were easily, customizable, and then you just attach it to a patient makes it so much easier. That's when you're dealing, we're based in Washington, D.C. Our office is also in Washington, D.C., Greater Washington, D.C. metro area. And so we have a lot of people who are in that millennial Generation X, age group. And so those people want to be able to have the ability to do things seamless, on-demand stuff. They don't want to fill out a piece of paper. So even from a patient perspective, when they come in and they can fill out a form before they even get there, it cuts down on time that they spend in the office. It shortens the turnaround time from them being in the office. And we're in a metropolitan city, so our office isn't that big. It's about 200 square feet. So you got to think about that. A patient comes in, normally you do a cleaning in about an hour, but if they're spending 15, 20 minutes just registering, that's time that makes the office seem crowded, makes it seem busy. And so like having them do that, so like when they come in, it literally is just 5 minutes between the time that I'm here and they're sitting in the chair.
Yeah. No, I think that's awesome. And I think that's really good advice, right? Being able to look at things from the patient perspective is really going to help you optimize the experience on their end. And that's really what's going to drive the numbers, I think, in the practice. So I think that's really good advice.